And coming up, we'll see Stephon Diggs. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Bills and the Bucs on Thursday night primetime.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs. And we are underway in Buffalo. This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Well, here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Allen going to go to the air right away. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Allen going to throw. That swung out wide to Harris. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
So here are the Buccaneers ready to go on offense with a new man at the helm here for 2023 in his 6th season now in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns.
Now a 3rd-round pick a year ago. Here's Rashad White. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. The numbers for White a week ago. 18 carries, 83 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Play fake. Mayfield. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. What was the intentional grounding call?
Well, you wanted the flag.
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with 1.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. Deontay Hardy back deep. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the new pickup from New England. This is Damian Harris. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Allen. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He may go. And it's scores for a Buccaneer TD. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And here come the Bills. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The numbers for Diggs from a week ago: 9 catches, 107 yards, and the touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. William Golston able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. First down, Mayfield. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. They run straight ahead here with White. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. A quick throw caught by Godwin. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Mayfield. That is caught. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 30-yard line. Mayfield on play action. It's a he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's White. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Buccaneers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Here's Allen. Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. Pass incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield. Fielded
at the 33. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the LA Chargers. It was a solid first half for the running back, Rachaad White. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll go up the middle with White. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Mayfield's throw going to be into the hands of Evans here. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They go play action. Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. And he's brought down. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Here's Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's White. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad White, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
To the air, Allen. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Now Allen again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing now is Allen. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
First down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Allen going to try and keep it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out come the Bucs now. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They go right back to White here on first down. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
33-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The offense on third down tonight, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shoves him aside. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
First down, here's White. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Opting to run again here with White. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Allen now looks to throw. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They fights it, and he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Taken from just outside the 30. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
On second down, they'll run with White. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up fourth down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And that is caught. It's Davis.
And he is going to have the Bills first down, and he'll have it by plenty as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation.